Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel, another video for the fans. So today I'm down in Evolution in Aylesford in Kent. So my regular gym's having a bit of refurbishment, so they're closed for the next 2 days, so I thought I'd have a bit of a change of scene and go to somewhere a little different. I've been here before, been a few years since I've been here now, so yeah, just going to have a good session down here. Enjoy the video. Look at the size of this thing. This bar, this weightlifting bar, is 10 feet long. This is a normal Olympic bar, it's 7 foot long, it weighs 20 kilos. This thing is like an elephant bar, it's 10 feet long and it weighs 28 kilos. That's 60 pounds, just over 60 pounds. KRATOS bar, that's what it's called. This is a KRATOS bar. Look how high it is. I'm 6 feet tall. Practice conscious. Look at that. What size of that? Wow, I've got to use this. I've got to try this. Wow. This is massive. That's the biggest bar I've ever seen or touched. In person anyway. Wow. This is probably the longest bar you will ever see in your life. Even the Aylesford deadlift bar, the Arnold Strongman Classic, even that's only about 1.5 feet long. This is 10 feet long. Okay, so dual cable lat pull downs. I've never actually used this machine before. I've got no idea what the weight is. There was just 23 pins on the weight stack. And they were numbered from 1 to 23, but got no idea what the weight is. So I just started with pin 6, and that was easy. Then I did pin 11, and then this is the 15th pin, so I did 15 out of 23. Normally I've been doing assisted pull-ups, but Evolution, I don't think they've got an assisted pull-up machine, so I just improvised by doing the dual cable lat pull downs. They did have lat pull down machines, but I thought I'd use that because, like I said, I've never used that kind of machine before, so I thought it'd be something a little bit interesting and different. So after that, did single arm dumbbell rows. So yeah, this was a really good session actually. With that KRATOS bar, I didn't actually know it was going to be there. I went down there just to do my regular deadlifts, but I saw that bar there and I just couldn't resist. I thought, I've got to try that, you know. It's really interesting. People are probably going to ask me, did it feel any different? It's hard to say really. I think there was a slight difference, but because I only went up to 213 kilos on it, that was still quite light for me. So it won't be until I go really heavy. But I think with that bar, because it's more like the elephant bar, when the weight is heavy, you have to like pull slowly. If you try and pull fast, the bar will just come out of position. It's one of them kind of bars you need a bit of patience with it on the initial lift. I will max that bar out at some point, but that's a story for another book. So yeah, you may have noticed that I'm now at a different gym. So this is Muscle Hut in Medway. Reason being is because I agreed to meet a friend here basically, but he wasn't finished work till like after 5 o'clock, and I wanted to go to Evolution anyway, because this gym, Muscle Hut, doesn't have a safety squat bar, and it doesn't really have the specialty bars that I like to use. So I just did the deadlifts, good mornings with the safety bar and all that, and then just finished up with the legs here at Muscle Hut. So 2 gyms in 2 days. Both good gyms really. I do prefer Evo, reason being because I do strongman, and Muscle Hut doesn't have any strongman stuff. But if you live in Kent and it's just and you're just training in general, then yeah, Muscle Hut's quite big. It's got a lot of machines. But yeah, there's no strongman equipment there, whereas Evolution has got all the strongman equipment. It's got pretty much everything you can think of, loads of specialty bars, sandbags, yoke, farmers. It's got pretty much everything a strongman could want really, whereas Muscle Hut, not so much. So I just did the last remaining 3 assistance exercises after I met my friend. So yeah, this pretty much finishes up today's session. So yeah, Stackhouse should be open on Saturday, but I probably won't be able to train there till early next week because I'm working over this weekend. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I know I actually enjoyed the session. It was really good. So yeah, I'm glad I went all the way over there. It was quite a bit of a drive, but it was definitely worth it. So yeah, like I was saying, the KRATOS bar, I didn't know it was going to be there. But yeah, it was a lovely surprise. It was actually brought down there for Lucy Underdown. For those of you who don't know her, she was the first and only woman to deadlift £700, and she competed at the Arnold Strongman Classic recently and pulled £666 on the elephant bar. So for those of you who don't know what an elephant bar is, they use it at the Arnold Strongman Classic. It's a very specialty bar, very rare. It's 9.5 feet long and weighs about 66 pounds. So this KRATOS bar, although it's not exactly the same, it replicates it very closely. So I think that was brought down for her specifically, just for her to train on for that competition. And I think it's probably a pretty safe bet to say that that's probably the only gym in England that probably has that. I could be wrong, but I've been to many gyms and I've never seen one before, so to just see it and be able to train on it was a real treat. You know, I love that bar. I'm definitely going to go back there and see what I can get on that bar. It'd be interesting to see whether I can do more on that bar than a regular deadlift, because some people that can do more on an elephant bar. It has, because it's 10 feet long, it's got a lot of whip on it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to go back and try that again. Did banded deadlifts, 200 kilos with a wide grip and a 2-inch deficit, and 200 felt brilliant. So I'm really confident about getting this 320 in 7 weeks' time. We're on week 2 now, and it's all going really well. So I'm definitely going to have it this time. I'm really confident. So yeah, after that, did the safety bar, good mornings, 195 for 10. Little bit of a setup, different setup to what I do at Stackhouse, but I made sure that the pins were so that my body was at a 90-degree angle when I do the good mornings. Good mornings are really good assistance exercise for deadlift, and you know, like I say, when I do it, I try and squeeze my glutes and try and imagine that I'm locking out a deadlift. So yeah, 195 for 10. It was hard. It wasn't easy, but I managed. So I think I'll be dropping down to 8 reps on that next to see if I can get 200 or more. And then I did the pull downs and then the rows. And then after that, I went to Muscle Hut in Medway. And yeah, just did some single leg press. 170 kilos now I'm up to on that. That was hard, especially on the right leg. But yeah, I managed that. Single leg curls. And then finished up with hammer curls. So yeah, really good session. First time I think that I've ever trained 2 gyms in one day, but yeah, if it was really good. So unfortunately I'm working this weekend, so next training session probably won't be till Monday or Tuesday, and that will be week 2, day 2. So we'll be doing box squats and wagon wheel deadlift, which I'm looking forward to. So yeah, also as well, when I went to Evolution Gym, I did a 330-pound sandbag, which is a new personal best. I put that as a separate video, reason being because it is a new personal best. So that's 150 kilos. So in old money, that's 23.5 stone. I did ask the owner and he said that is the heaviest sandbag they've got. A couple of years ago, I went to a gym called Maverick, which is in Hertfordshire, and they've got a 180 kilo sandbag. They've got a 400-pound sandbag, and I did try it at the time. I think you can find that video on my YouTube. You'd have to go back a couple of years to find it, but I did move it off the floor, but I could not get it onto my lap. So with this sandbag, the one that I lifted today, the 330-pound sandbag, I actually failed it the first time. Reason being is because it's quite different than the sandbag I've got. So at Statcast, the red sandbag, you've probably seen it in some of my YouTube videos, it weighs 300 pounds, but it's full to the brim and it's solid. So that although it's very heavy, it does make it a little bit easier to lift. Whereas this black sandbag, the 150 kilo, 330 pound sandbag that I lifted today, it's not full, it's kind of like baggy. So when you grab it, instead of being solid, it's a bit baggy basically and a bit loose, so that does actually make it quite significantly harder. So when I lifted it the first time, I failed because I wasn't quite ready for it. I lifted it onto my knees, but where it was baggy really, it was hard for me to like control, and I just couldn't quite get it onto my shoulders and I just dropped it. So I wasn't quite used to it, so I wasn't ready to give up there. I was like, no, I'm gonna have this. So I gave it a second attempt, and I thought if I could just get it in a certain position and just try and squeeze it in and make it as solid as I can and try not to make the bagginess an issue, and if I can get it on the lap and then onto the shoulders as quickly as I can, then I've got a good chance of doing it, because I knew the longer it stays on my lap, the less chance I'm going to get of shouldering it. So I went back in there with a game plan, and yeah, on the second attempt I managed to get that 330 pound sandbag shoulder. So yeah, really pleased with that. So it's the previous video I did before this, so if you want to take a look, yeah, go back and have a look. 330 pound sandbag, I'm really pleased with that. So I'm going to see if I can find a gym that's got a 160 kilo or 350 pound sandbag. At some point I will go back to Maverick in Hertfordshire and have a pop at that 180 kilo sandbag. But 180 kilos, that's a hell of a weight. You know, there's probably only a few top strongmen that could lift a sandbag that heavy. I've seen a video of Tom Stoltman lifting a 180 kilo sandbag and Martin's lists and all that. But yeah, I mean, even open weight strongmen are probably going to struggle with that kind of a sandbag. That is a hell of a weight. I mean, even 150 kilos, even that's a very heavy sandbag that a lot of strongmen ain't going to touch. So, but yeah, it would be lovely if I could lift and shoulder a 400 pound sandbag. That'd be awesome. That'd be a great goal to tick off. It is something I would like to work towards and maybe complete. But yeah, 330 pound sandbag I got today, I'll take that. I'm really pleased with that. That's really made my day. So yep, so this is the end of the video now. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to see more strongman content, please check out some of my other videos. Okay, don't forget to like, and if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Okay, so thank you, and until next time.